rules, banks coincide. Retail's blind, leads the guy. Try some fold, the stories told. Entry bold, accounts in gold. Trade by trade, the wins are sold. Market alchemy, legends mode. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lead the reason markets run. Lead the reason markets run. Lead the reason markets run.
Digital sheen, open in a range. His weapon so keen. He's the structured trader, a market machine. Bank moves, he mimics, he plays their game. In mirror fashion, glory is his claim to fame. Market structure king, watch him do his thing. Pips and points, the profits sing. Trading like the banks, he's in control. Leaves the master filling his bankroll. Leaves the master filling his bankroll. His mind's a map of supply and demand, turning charts to gold with a steady hand. Forex flows like rivers in his plan. Bases bow to the market man. Break out at the open, the strategy's tight. Position for the swing, he wins the fight. Risk is measured, the balance precise. Leads on the rise, he rolls the market structure king. Watch him do his thing. Pips and points, the profits sing. Trading like the banks, he's in control. Leaves the master filling his bankroll. Leave the master filling his bankroll.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon. How are we all doing? Happy Monday, Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Mondays, Wednesdays or Fridays all the time, but it's Wednesday today. How is everybody doing? It is another day, another dollar. That's the wrong terminal. That's the right terminal. Markets just started to move. We are open. So today we've got quite a lot of news going on at the moment. Morning, even afternoon, wherever you are. Mumo, David, how are we doing? There's been loads of news today. The CPI came out bullish for the Aussie dollar, went up quite a bit. So we were forecasting a, why can't I draw on my chart? Hello? Why can't I draw on the screen? Why can't I draw on that terminal, but on that? Oh, what is going on with my pen? Sorry, I'm going to have to scrap the pen, restart the pen. Where's the pen gone now? This pen drives me mad. There we go. So basically, big miss on the CPI. Well, I say big miss, but it's gone up 0.2%. So inflation going completely the wrong way in Australia, which isn't great. If we look at the most recent figures, as you can see, the trend since July is nothing but the wrong trend. So today we've had obviously the New Zealand dollar obviously drop their rates as well. This is pretty much target. I don't think we're going to go down. We might go down to 2, but I think this is probably the lowest point for the New Zealand dollar. So as you can see today, very big drop on Aussie New Zealand, 175 ADR. If you look at the Aussie pairs though, the Aussie pairs obviously have popped because the CPI number going up means that they're probably going to increase their interest rates. But I think the market seems to have kind of factored that in anyway. We haven't had a massive move, but the main reason this Aussie New Zealand's come down is because the New Zealand dollar has gone through the roof. Basically, typical Aussie and New Zealand action. Let's do the opposite to what the market thinks we should do. So usually when you drop interest rates, that is bearish. Massive bull move on the New Zealand dollar, dropping interest rates. So it's absolutely typical of these things, but as you can see, New Zealand dollar has been coming down for the last sort of since September, really, most of the time, most of the pairs. So the New Zealand dollar has been dropping in anticipation of this. So this move here, I think, is the start of the profit take leg on the moves that we've had. So we'll wait and see what happens on it. So potentially some strength in the New Zealand dollar. It's good that they're down at the right levels now. So they're down where they want to be with inflation. They're down where they want to be with interest rates. They're stable. So as long as we keep buying lamb, they will keep succeeding because that's pretty much the only export they have. Right. 5-minute candles are about to go in. So pretty decent ranges everywhere today. DAX was no good today. The short break did work, but not enough. And we just kind of flip-flopped around. DAX has been terrible the last few days. It's been awful. It's just not doing anything, the DAX. It's literally, as you can see, it's just not doing anything. Sideways, really, really, really dead at the minute. So let's see if we can get something out of the New York session. Yesterday was an absolute turmoil as well. How I got a break even out yesterday, I don't know, but I did. It was just shocking, that open. The volatility here was unbelievable. So I bought this basically and just got back to break even on the day, but it's just horrible at the minute. No trade on anything. One buy ranges are too small. What? I haven't got the dashboard turned on any of these. So actually they're not too small, are they? So basically the close is right at the high on that, so the EA will skip those in case we get limit orders placed. That's probably too small on the NASDAQ. I haven't got the dashboard on, so I can't actually see. And I haven't got my other terminal open. Let me just open my other terminal. NASDAQ. So range on the NASDAQ today is minimum is 989 and we put in 600 odd there. So yeah, so no trades on the first 5-minute candles. So other news today, we've had unemployment claims gone up, again bullish there. Basically they've gone down, so it's bullish. Durable goods, etc. We've got PCE at 3 o'clock, so that might move the market at 3 this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see what that one does. We're really behind on all these US numbers, and obviously it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I think what you're going to see from the markets today is let's get as flat as we can because we're not here tomorrow. So I guess there'll probably be a decent volume coming through today. Whether or not it's directional, we'll have to wait and see, but we should get some decent volume coming through the market because they'll all want to get as flat as they can on any long-term positions before tomorrow. And then Friday it will kick off again because we'll have 2 days worth of orders to execute. So it'll be a really busy day. Afternoon, Ryan, Joe, Marco, Fletch. Afternoon, Chris. How we doing? So that is your news for that side of things. We've also had the budget today in the UK. As you can see, going back here, she starts at about 12:30ish. There she is. Old Happy Reeves. There is absolutely nothing red in this budget. So there's really nothing in the budget today that is good, bad, or indifferent. It's a very muted sort of statement. It seems quite positive overall, and the main negative is that they're putting a 3p per mile tax on electric cars. That seems to be the main revenue driver out of all of this. And a little bit of tax on businesses, not massive. Sorry, excuse me, get rid of that. So yeah, there's nothing really that's come out of this budget at all that is impactful in any way, shape or form. So it seems to me that this is a non-event. So as you can see from the market today, since 12:30, we've had a lot of whipsawing, which we always do during anything like this. So market flip-flopping around as she says stuff and then trying to evaluate what's going on. But nothing, no real impact in any way, shape or form. It seems overall slightly bullish towards the pound. But other than that, can't really make head nor tail of it. So I was expecting something a little bit more impactful today, something that was going to either tax somebody heavily or do something which would change the economic forecasts, basically. But she seems to have left business alone pretty much. Quite where we're getting this shortfall of many billions we've got from, I don't know. Looks like we're going to borrow. But it's just a non-event. Very, very odd. So there's not been any movement particularly on the... I mean, there's been a lot of whipsawing, but no directional bias on the pound today. So we'll have a look at the ADRs. Let's just quickly see where we're going with the 2-bar ranges. We're just about to close on those. Then we'll have a look at the rest of the FX stuff. See if we can get some movement today. Okay, so there's the 10-minute ranges in. Too small again. 819 on the Nasdaq. We need 989. Long on the Dow. So 10-minute range trade gone in on the Dow. We're at highs, aren't we? Let's have a look at where we are on the Dow. That's the DAX. So we're breaking out of the weekly high. So that's last week's high we're at the moment, which is this area here. So we're buying straight into resistance today. Plenty of room. ADR, this little hump here, if you like, that is your previous week's high, sorry, your 3-week high. That's your 2-week high. So as far as weekly targets go, we've got absolutely miles until we hit that 3-week high. The 2-week high is 175 ADR. This whole move here is one large propulsion gap from that one day in the New York session before we started selling off. So this whole area here potentially is going to be full of sellers. So tons of room, up to 47,635 today. So you're looking at somewhere in the region of 23 points to the upside, really with no resistance, assuming we hold this high break. Yeah, good moves to the upside on the DAX, the Dow today, loads of room. So we'll see where that one goes. Nothing else is broken at the moment. Yeah, so target is 47,600 2R today. Right, afternoon road. So looking at FX side of things today, there's quite a few ADRs. Obviously, a lot of this stuff happened over the Australasian session. So all these New Zealand ADRs today are all to do with this move from New Zealand overnight from the interest rate change. Aussie CADSA ADR, you've got a reversal alert gone in on that one already. Why is that not updated? Oh, yeah, we've gone into an accumulation, haven't we? So your reversal alert was up here, there. So that was your reversal alert today and your retest at ADR. And then we've got into an accumulation for the last few hours. So we've got a new short signal forming. But yeah, not really gone anywhere, that one today. Aussie yen, big strong move, just about hit on ADR there. So you've got a 5-minute reversal alert underway at the moment. Aussie New Zealand, can't really do a lot with this one. This came down so unbelievably quick. You wouldn't have had a signal on this at all until, you did actually get a signal pretty quick on the 5, to be honest. So that was your reversal alert there. Since we got that alert, which hit 150 ADR, we just tapped into 175 afterwards. You're absolutely nowhere. So again, reversal alert after reversal alert, we're stuck. Not going anywhere on that one. Euro pound. So the pound pairs, obviously, we got some news, obviously, with the budget. We've had whipsaws all over the place. So again, these pound pairs, you can't really trade any of these pound pairs. It's just all whipsaw. Can't do anything with it. You can't trade as well. The news trading strategy, you can't news trade budgets. Because it basically changes every 5 minutes when she opens her mouth. They're not the sort of news events you can trade at all. So these are all kind of dead today. Euro New Zealand, again, same thing. Reverse alert went in. You haven't gone anywhere. All the pound ones and all the New Zealand. So yeah, couldn't do anything with any of these today, really. The only thing that set up that's possible really to trade that wasn't part of a news event today is the Aussie yen. So this one is still current. It's just hit ADR. So not great. Bear in mind tomorrow being Thanksgiving, it's going to be very quiet in the markets in general. The RSIs are really flat today as well. So New Zealand yen is your only ADR hit on the hourly. We're up there and embedded at the moment. New Zealand dollar CAD. That's obviously massively extended on the 4. Yeah. So these are all opportunities for mean reversions, but these moves on news like this, when the market does this, it's quite usual for it to flag and continue. So up to you on those. Just don't get overexposed on the New Zealand dollar. It is bearish. There is no reason for it to be bullish, but I think they will try to take profit on percentages of these moves. Now, it depends what they decide to take profit on. Whether this is the profit taken, then we're going to drop. So they're all potential shorts. But, you know, news shorting immediately after news events can be tricky. This one's gone beautifully into the double weekly highs. Look, last week's high, 2-week high, previous monthly support, turn resistance, double top. So if that fails, you're coming up into propulsion. So you'd be trading that move there. But yeah, they're all a bit tricky today. And as Thanksgiving's coming up, you know, if the EA gets you into stuff, fine, but I'd be wary about taking anything manual. I'm just going to see if I've got into anything new today. No, I haven't. I've shut out today. What have I closed today? Nice, 1.3%. 26th. So I've just seen what I've... Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm running the new version of the Position Trader EA on my position trading account. Slightly worried about it. Been keeping an eye on it. I wasn't keeping an eye on that. And I've got it set up same as the Portfolio Dash. So I've got it set up to close out all orders at 1% profit. And it's done exactly that today. We've closed out a load of profit, which is lovely. So yeah, I'm flat. I like this. This is nice. Oh, this is much nicer. I'm going to go through that when it's all ready to launch, but I'm live testing it at the moment. I'm in the Dow at the moment now, short, and New Zealand dollar CAD short. So I've got into New Zealand CAD short on the hourly RSI extension. So short. Chart. That was the chart from this morning. It's got the moving averages and all sorts of stuff on it. So that entry signal there. So 5-minute reversal alert that has gone in today on that hourly RSI extension. So I'm short on that one at the moment. And I'm long on the Dow, which would have been on why am I long a Dow? That doesn't seem to have closed out properly. I'll look at that later. Anyway, I'm long one Dow. Tiny little position there. Right. Long break on the Dow. No trade today on the NASDAQ. So 15-minute range on the NASDAQ, too small today. That range is less than 15% of ADR. So I'm not trading that. It's a bit too tight. If the DAX is taking off, Dow's taking off, gold is flat. So potentially there is a trade there. If you want to take that 15-minute, you can. But it is minimum range today is 989. That's put in 819 there. So roughly 820. So it's sort of kind of 12% of the average daily range, which is actually quite small. So the danger when you trade ranges which are small like this is you just get long, stop out, short, stop out, because it's basically ranging. So you want to wait really for it to put in enough volume to get some decent size in the market. However, the tighter the range, the smaller the stop, the bigger the reward. So you could get a 9R if it hits ADR today on this, if it goes. And I would suggest it's probably going to go long because the Dow's broken long and the DAX is also trying to break long as well. So up to you, but that is the range at the moment. So the 30-minute ORB I'll be taking. So we've got 20 minutes gone in now. So this candle and the next candle will form the 6-bar range. That'll be the 30-minute TPO, first TPO candle. So I will be taking a range break of that one. Just going to PM. Going to join MST Academy on Friday. Is 500 enough to start trading with? You can start trading with whatever you want. So as far as the academy goes, what we talk about in the 101s is basically finding your time frame and what you can trade. So it's not so much about how much money you've got, it's about what you can trade. So if you're in here, obviously, which is fine, which means that you are available for the New York Open, which means you could trade ORB. You can trade ORB with anything you want. So you could trade ORB with $100 if you want to. You're risking a percentage of your balance on each trade. Position trading, you wouldn't be able to do with 100. So the bootcamp, position trading bootcamp's not really going to be, I mean, you should watch it because it will help you really understand why you're losing money in the market. So although this is obviously the core basics of trading, it's then a case of what do you want to go and trade. That will show you an awful lot about why you are not successful, or not necessarily you're not successful, but why you will not be successful on a strategy. So strategies always have an Achilles heel. 99% of the Achilles heels in strategies are stop loss placements. This is what the bootcamp eliminates. But to eliminate stop losses, you need a decent sized capital because you're swing trading like banks and institutions do. So you would be limited to trade prop strategies that we cover, and obviously ORB, or any type of small fast strategy, basically. It's all to do with risk at the end of the day. So as long as you're risking a percentage of your account, best thing to do, if when you become a member, you will get access to the prop firm calculator. So at the moment, you've got access to that. When you remember, you get access to this as well. In here, you can start doing a lot of stuff with like what do you want to earn a month? How much risk tolerance are you happy to take? How many days are you going to be trading per month? How many trades on average are you going to take a day? You don't need to worry about trailing stops because you're not going to be, this is more for planning your prop evaluation and passing your prop evaluation, this tool, but also it's really good for understanding how your returns will come out depending on what you're doing with your risk. So this is irrelevant, the amount of money you have here. If you basically risk a percentage of your balance with a risk reward ratio and a strike rate, that becomes irrelevant, because if you put 50,000 in there or 5,000, you're just going to get different results, basically. It's not the right way to do that because the balances are all wrong, but it'll help you understand basically what the potential is. So, but this, this is what this is all about, is understanding what you can achieve. Yeah. So you are not going to buy a Lamborghini with $500. As long as you understand that, that's great. If you want to earn $500 a month trading, that's not going to happen with $500 either. Yeah. So if you want to earn $1,000 a month, you're going to need 10 grand in your account at least. So it's just about making sure you understand how this thing works and what you can achieve with the money that you've got available to you. So, but yeah, there you go. Right. 30-minute range is in, and the 30-minute range, I'm pretty sure, is going to be tradable today. Not actually sure it is. Not. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be any trades on the NASDAQ today. Unless this breaks that high, we are not putting in a range big enough to trade today. Yeah, I was going to say, I bet the Dow's coming back down again. Can't do much with this today. We'll see where it goes. So those are your ADRs, your RSIs, etc. We've covered all of that. Anything else anybody else wants to discuss or look at, let me know. If you've got any pairs you want to look at, anything you're in. $9.25. I took a Dow. Oh, sell. I'm short the Dow. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I'm short the Dow. I'm short New Zealand dollar CAD. I confused myself by telling myself I was long the Dow. And I was trying to figure out how the hell the EA took a long on the Dow after closing the whole portfolio at 1.3% and went long. It didn't. It went short. I'm short Dow. So that setup is the H1M5 mean reversion. So obviously we are H1 extension over 75. 5-minute reverse alert went in this morning. Somewhere around there. There. That's where I'm short from. Really confused myself then. It's like, how's that happened? And so I just had to look at the order. Long. Short. Which is nice. I'm happy with that. Look at that. Going into Thanksgiving with 18.35% gains this month and 0.01% of drawdown. I'm flat. This new version of the EA, I covered it in the members stream on Monday, but I've got a new version of the EA. I've got it running. Oh, did I cover it in the live stream on Monday? I can't remember, but it's this. I've got it running on this demo account at the moment, just trying to break it basically, which is doing well. But it does correlation as well. So it basically not only does all the position trading for you, and also look after drawdown control the same way as the trade portfolio dashboard. It will also just close out everything for you at profit levels that you set for it, and it has a correlation filter, so you will never get into correlated trades, basically. So as you can see here, this one is just taking trades randomly pretty much, but it's in those pairs, all those symbols there. So because these are all correlated, they're blocked. So the Aussie dollar CAD, Aussie dollar Swiss, Aussie dollar yen, Aussie dollar US dollar are all correlated over 66% with the NASDAQ. So it's not going to take trades on any of these, but we are available to take trades on New Zealand CAD, DAX, oil, pound US dollar, euro US dollar, and euro pound. If it takes a trade on the euro pound US dollar, instantly it will go, can't take a trade on the euro US dollar because the correlation, I know the correlation is too high because it always is, but it won't take a trade on that. So that will go into the block list. So it makes sure your portfolio is diverse, and it does draw down control automatically for you now with in the same way as that does. So it's running on this demo account, which is basically kind of taking trades fairly aggressively so I can test it. But I've actually put it onto my account as well now because I've given it a fairly decent test. And it's taken over my portfolio that I had running on the old position trade at EA. And this morning it shut the whole lot out in profit. I like it. It makes money. You watch me come back on Friday and go, oh, there's a bug in the EA. It opened 64 lots short for me. I'm keeping a very close eye on it. I've actually got an equity guardian running on it as well, which isn't a bad thing to have in general. But it will alert me if any trades going over a certain lot size, basically. So it can't break it. If it does break it, I know about it immediately. Right, so we are going to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, we are going to get a trade on the NASDAQ today. So this is now your 30-minute ORB. So as soon as this candle closes in a second, that's the 30-minute ORB. As long as it doesn't close on the lows. If it closes on the lows, it's not going to get a trade on. I'm going to stop out on the Dow. Got a feeling it's going to be another one of those messy days again today. I'm quite glad it actually hasn't taken many trades so far because it's been a very, very choppy market this week. Give it a couple of minutes to see where that goes. There we go. So 30-minute ORB short. It's coming down quick. Stopped out and down. So that's a fairly decent range gone in there. It's 12.35. So it's roughly 20% ADR. Right. We'll let that one run for a little bit, see how we get on. The news has just come out. Let me just open up Forex Factory and just see what the PMIs were. Sorry, PC, where are they? Have they been cancelled? PCE, we didn't get it. And consumer confidence. Oh, okay, fine. So they've been cancelled again. Okay. This US news is a real problem at the moment, isn't it? Okay, so there's no news on those. I'll get those taken out of the database. There we go. Anybody got any other pairs I want to look at? Let me know. I haven't got anything else really to cover today. It's going to be quiet tomorrow, so do not trade. Do not try and trade the indices tomorrow. Take the day off. It's going to be, well, you will be if you're in America because it's Thanksgiving. But anyway, obviously don't. Make sure you turn off your EAs is what I'm saying. Shut your terminals down. Deactivate your VPS. Just hit algo trading and turn that off just to make sure the EAs don't actually trade tomorrow. You've got them running because market's going to be all over the place. Anything that's open is going to be all over the place. Anything that's shut, obviously, you can't trade anyway. Euro yen has just hit ADR. This looks like yen weakness. Strength coming in the euro at the minute, as well as yen weakness. So this is not a bad ADR short. We've got 150 ADR weekly high. So you could scale in for a short on that. Obviously, best thing to do would be wait to 150. CAD-yen. CAD-yen. So CAD-yen's just come off weekly resistance. This yen's really weak at the moment. It looks to me very much like we're going back into the old carry trade. Market seems to be wanting to sell the crap out the yen again, which I'm surprised about because they are going to be increasing interest rates, but they're not doing it fast enough, are they? So I think at the minute, the kind of best plays are for longs on these yen pairs, but equally, it's very likely that we'll get strength coming through as well, because obviously the interest rates are going to go up. So the current stance from Japan was aggressive, but they calmed it right down. So the interest rates, obviously from that negative, they pulled themselves up into 0.5%, but we've stuck there for 6 months. Forecast is in the next rate announcement for them to increase to 0.75. Now that's still way behind all other interest rates. So if you look at where everybody else is, it's still not attractive, obviously, to invest in Japan. Yeah, we got US sitting at the 4s. We got CADs 2.25, 2.25. New Zealand now down at 2.25. That will update. Everybody else is kind of way bigger. Yeah, so it's got a long way to go. So I get the feeling the market may well carry that trade on, the carry trade, for a period of time until they prove that they are going to be aggressively moving interest rates up. So it's very difficult to call with the yen. And obviously you're bound by what it costs to short it as well and long it, because if you're going to long it, it's going to cost you money in swaps. So, but there's not been any real signals on this. Last signal was there, which you'd have been out on. You had one there and there. You might have been out on, but if not, you've scaled in and you'll be break-even-y stroke out already on that. So don't know, difficult one, that one at the moment. Pound CAD, no idea. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this budget today. Market has really dumped into the pound today, but also taking it straight back out again. So I get the feeling they think it's slightly bullish, because I think the market was expecting something negative and we haven't had it. So I get the feeling we might see a little bit of strength coming into this pound. I mean, it's overdue. We've just broken out of that range. We've got all these propulsion areas up here potentially, which are going to cause problems. So a little bit further, maybe another ADR or two and then sell. But if you're in already short on it, it's just a case of scaling in. There's no reason for the CAD to be strong or weak, really, at the moment. It's more likely weak. So this could go anywhere, really. But shorts, obviously, at the minute is what you would be in if you're position trading. You'd be out of that. You'd be out of that. But you'd be in now. In fact, you may even have been out of that already today, because if you got into it yesterday on this RX site, you would have. Actually, I am. That's exactly what I did yesterday. Yeah, pound CAD 26. I was in from 184.501. Oh, hang on, no, I wasn't. I was in from 186.638. Huh? Oh, that's from October. What is the date today? 26th. There we go. So there's 3 trades on the pound CAD I had on. I'm already out. So 186.638. Must have been spread on that. 22nd at 10:35. Oh, October. That's part of an old order. Okay, right. So yeah, so I got out. Yes, I got out today on that. 2 trades, profit, 1 loss. That's the advantage of taking a percentage gain rather than playing each symbol individually. So basically what that new version of the position trader VA is just shut the entire portfolio down, because I said if I get over 1%, just take it. And it has. It's at 1.3% today. So it scrapped that. So the total profit on that pound CAD order was 441 minus 34 is about $600. So it's basically just got out of it and said, yeah, take it, whatever it is. Anyway, so that doesn't help you, does it? Pound CAD, obviously, you would be in short at the moment. You would have been in short from here. So I got in on the 10th of August. Really? Did I get in on the 10th? 22nd of October, sorry. 22nd of October. That was a buy. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm really not with it today, am I? That was my buy in October. I rebought 186.638. It's confused me because the price is different. Anyway, I got in there, rebought the 28th here, and rebought the 29th here. So I've been sitting in this with an average price here for, a month and a bit. And that is my exit that's just gone in today on that one. So you should be out of that if you're long, because you wouldn't have been in it until there. And obviously that is your exit. Sorry, that was a very long-winded explanation of a trade, wasn't it? Did you have a watch already on the Euro, US dollar and pound New Zealand? No. Not doing anything at the moment. Euro, US dollar's just sitting, flip-flopping around, doing nothing. You would have been long possibly from there. Just not doing anything at the moment. Euro, US. Sideways. Been sideways now for 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, it's ever so slightly bearish. But there's a short potential now. Had a long here. I mean, basically, the reason I'm flat at the moment, I've got literally 0.03% drawdown. I love it. I love it when my P&L's flat. Very, 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 very rare. But the reason I'm flat at the moment is because it's virtually impossible to be in drawdown at the moment if you've been trading H1 RSI extensions or H4 RSI extensions, because every single extension has literally just played out. Yeah, there's very little you could ever get into at the moment that can cause you any problems, because the market is just moving in wide market structure, either ever so gradually in a downward channel, ever so gradually in an upward channel, or just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, like the pound CAD we just looked at a minute ago. So you just get in on the RSI extensions and get out when they come back down again, and take 1/4 to 0.5% each time, and you're done. So yeah, it's not going anywhere at the moment. It's a potential short on H4, but it's flat at the moment. You would have been in long on H1, possibly. I mean, I use the 25.75. I'd be debatable whether you would have got a long on that, but if you did, you're out. So looking at ADR on this, it's 55. You got 69 out of that. So you've had 1.5 ADR out of it, roughly. Well, not even that, 1.25 ADR. Pound New Zealand. Yeah, no idea what to do with that at the moment. Obviously, this is the New Zealand move. So we need to see if they're going to hold this short, this long now on New Zealand. So obviously, you drop your interest rates, market flies. Completely the opposite. So this could well just be a V-shaped recovery in formation, but it's a long, obviously, right now. But you've got to wait for the market to digest that budget today and find out what they think of that budget today. Yeah, I mean, look at the H4. You've got a signal short and long at the same time. It's a mess. But I've had no signals. Short was from here. Last short. Last long was from there. In fact, the last long was from there, which was a scale in. Does the Academy show me how to get everything up and running? I've never used MT4. No. I don't cover that basic. I mean, no, in a nutshell. You need to learn how to use, it's like any job. If you want to learn a job or do something, you need to learn the software. So I don't do basics like that. Use Google. How do I use MT4? I have got a session. It's on the old members. I've got an MT4 basics video, but it's on the. I'll tell you what I will do. How can I do this? What I might do is in the MST Academy, I might put a new category in, which is all of the old videos from that are decent from the members area, because we've got tons and tons of content here. This doesn't work at all. Look, you click on membership, right? And you say recent members only videos, view all. Takes you to the normal video section. Doesn't work. But we've got all of these, which are specific topics. If there was a way to just view members' videos, which would obviously be too easy, wouldn't it? No, straight to their videos, look. Oh, here we go. There you go. So all of this lot, there's 75 videos or 75 sessions in here, roughly an hour to 2.5 hours long. So what I might do is I might pull all of these out, put them up somewhere so that you can access these as well. There's one in here, which I obviously can't search on, which is MT4 tips and tricks, which is the same as MT5 basically, pretty much. But somewhere in there, there's one specifically about MetaTrader. But I don't talk about how to add an EA to a chart. You literally just open up the Explorer and you just drag it on there. That's it. There's nothing really to learn from that. But we have weekly sessions. So if you've got any questions about any of that, just ask in the live sessions. Or we've got on every lesson, You have the ask a question button. Yeah, up here. So you can just basically ask a question and I'll cover it in the next live stream, of which there's 2 a week. There was 3. We're going to cut it down to 2 so that people can catch up. Because the problem is with this at the minute, we've been doing 3 live streams a week. But the problem is you've got 35 hours of content just in the MST Academy. And then the special topic streams, which is what we are covering now, these are turning out to be sort of an hour and a half or so long. If I run 3 of these a week, you've got 4.5 hours of video of content you've got to watch a week, which is too much for most of the feedback I'm getting. Is it's just too much. You know, people are struggling to get through here. Can you imagine in a year's time when this is full of, I don't know, let's say we do 1 a week or 2 hours a week. Yeah, you're going to have over 100 hours worth of content in here. So you're going to have to go through 35 hours worth of the educational content, learn how everything is done, and then try and catch up on 100 hours worth of extra content. It's just not going to be possible. So it's a case of people are going to have to pick what they want to cover, basically. But it will be a massive repository of just brain dump, basically, which is what you want. Structure. And anything that I cover that I think that would be really good for the 101, I'll slot it straight into the actual course itself. 200 ADR, pound New Zealand yen, and pound New Zealand, pound yen. So pound yen 125, New Zealand yen 200, pound US dollar 125. This yen is getting creamed today. So's the US. US dollar's just dropped, is dropping very fast and hard at the minute. I'll prop up the indices today. Can I please check Euro Swiss? Euro Swiss is a sideways. Minute. So we've just broken out the highs. I've got a fib on this, so we must have looked at this maybe on Monday. So you'd have been in long here from a position trading perspective. So it's just broken out. I'll be watching that monthly high. Potentially this area here. So this is your resistance zone, which we're not far off at the minute. So if it hits ADR today, I think you'll then start to sell into these propulsion gaps. Got back up, a really nice short this at the minute. It's not extended on the hourly. Let's see what it's like on the 4. Nice extended on the 4. So if you got in on the 4-hour RSI extension on 80.20, which is a lovely level, you've got backup coming in this propulsion gap and monthly high. So you got an entry here, you'd be in it now already. Second entry and third entry, and then they will dump that at some point. Short. Really nice resistance to the upside. Look. So from where we are, this weekly high, which you possibly would have been in somewhere around here, if you're taking 70, 75 RSI extensions, you're probably in somewhere around here. That whole move is 150, so 40, 80, 120. So you're looking at roughly 3.5 ADR. So you'd probably be in, if this was to push non-stop straight through these monthly highs and go parabolic from here, if it was to get all the way up to there with no pullback or profit take whatsoever, you'd be looking at being in about 6 trades, and then you'll just get 50% out of that. Nice short. No signal on the hourly though, which is interesting. It's not actually pushed intraday very hard, but intra-week, super parabolic week last week. But that was just a V-shaped recovery on previous week's drop. You see all the fib retracements literally everywhere. Look, 61.8. V-shaped recovery. Everything's just going up and down. It's beautiful. It's been an amazing month. I wish every month was like this. Sorry, I'm a bit late. That's all right. You don't have to start school. Have you discussed gold? No, I don't really trade gold. So, but obviously with this parabolic run, we looked at this morning in the members stream. We used this as an example for a strategy that we were testing this morning. A trend strategy, which this would have obviously cleaned up on. Since we had the elevator shaft from that, we have gone into shock. And this is absolutely typical of what happens after parabolic moves. If you look at things like the yen, when we had the intervention on the yen, the market, as soon as we get an intervention or some kind of unnatural move, we go into shock. That's exactly what's happened with gold now. This is the largest run ever in history of gold. So this month here, this 2-month run has never happened before. It's the biggest parabolic move we've ever seen in gold markets. So the market obviously, after climbing up the stairs for 2 months, fell down the elevator shaft in a week, which is what it always does. Yeah, 38 retracement, straight down. Now we're in shock. So your guess is as good as mine on this. We're resetting at the moment, waiting for the moving average to catch up. So it will basically be supply and demand driven from here. If the Russia-Ukraine issue is sorted out by America, which it doesn't sound like it's going to happen, because obviously Ukraine turned around and said, no, we don't want to give it all back. If that was to happen and we had that ceasefire kick in and all the sanctions on Russia were lifted, that's going down there, because all the Russian gold that has been locked away and sanctioned has been retracted from the market. Hence, we're having gold rallies, not obviously this size, but gold basically has been doing nothing but this, because demand is still there, supply is constricted. Gold is held in massive quantities in Russia, and they cannot export it. No one can buy it. They can sell it to China and places, but the European and the US markets are shut. So we've got obviously supply-demand imbalance at the moment. When that conflict finishes, there's going to be a flood of Russian gold, and this is going to come collapsing back down again. But if all that stuff. So very hard to call where we're going with gold at the minute. If you're looking for intraday, it's the same as anything else. Flip a coin, it's 50-50. Go up, goes down. I don't know where it goes intraday because I don't trade it. I say I don't trade it. I'm trading it on the ORB, but no trade today, so I'm not trading it. Nasdaq's just attempting second short rally. So if we're going short today, that is your resistance. This is actually a previous level. So this red line here is not drawn on here. It's previous levels that we looked at. Somewhere back there, actually, further back, isn't it? I think. Can't go back any further at the moment. But so, yeah, I mean, that's obviously a double top. Potentially that's going to turn into support. If not, we're going to hit this previous support, term resistance, which is where the partial is to the downside today. No idea what's going on with these indices at the moment. If you look at all of these indices right now, we are looking very much like we're going bear, aren't we? We've got two things which tell you a bear market has started. We looked at this again in the member stream this morning. Yeah, we've just closed below the quarterly moving average. Don't do that very often. When we do that, we tend to be in a bear market. So we've closed below that quarterly MA, meaning that obviously we've been dropping for 3 months. So there's no confidence in stock markets at the minute. And we've got all the markets doing that at the same time at the minute. December, we typically get the Santa rally, but that hasn't happened as much in the last few years either. So It's really difficult to call where this is going at the moment, but we are certainly looking like we're going bear at the moment, aren't we? And that's what the market has been calling for. We are very, very, very extended. We're due. Obviously, that's the last bear market post-COVID. That's COVID. That's the COVID run-up, which was nonsensical because everyone was buying stocks in companies that were closed and not making profit. So that caused the bear market. We've had this massive run-up. Trump got in, blew up everything. And since then, we've been running to new all-time highs, which is obviously Trump did this. Yeah. So this is all Trump's fault. Yeah. He's taken complete credit for all of this. Forget the 21% drop. Forget that. We'll just go up and make all our money. So, yeah, this is overdue, a bear run. And it looks like, I think we've got a good distance to retrace on all these markets at the minute. All the same. Yeah, so all of them, obviously, they all do the same thing most of the time. But even the industrial stocks have been struggling. DAX especially, absolutely stuck. Same as FTSE. So, who knows? Could go anywhere. Gold, don't know. We're contracting at the moment, so we're forming a symmetrical triangle. If you look at this on a 4-hour time frame, it's clearer. So we've got symmetrical triangle contraction. One of them. I don't know which. So if this pulls back down today and this week, I would be looking to take a break long there or a break short here. So if we break that low, yeah, so assume this is what's going to happen this week. Continue contraction. I'd be happy taking a long there up into these highs, and I'd be happy taking a short there down into those lows. Your guess is as good as mine. Market will go where the market will go. But at the moment, obviously, there is a supply-demand imbalance. So you would favour the long side. However, you have to also look at how much money is currently long on this. So we've had the profit take, but is it enough? There's an argument for undoing a lot of that movement, but it needs a catalyst. And the only catalyst that really you've got at the minute that could potentially drop gold is a massively strong US dollar. Nothing's going right in the US at the minute, is it? So the chances of that dollar being incredibly strong moving forward are, it's not going to happen, is it? We're going to be dropping interest rates in December, potentially. That's going to weaken the dollar, which makes gold stronger because it's literally just a dollar cross, isn't it? So tricky. This isn't going anywhere today. I think this is literally going to be a double stop out today. There's just no volume. I think maybe everyone's just gone home for Thanksgiving early. There's just no volume. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm not going to trade any more shorts on this. That goes short, brilliant. I might take a long. Scrap that. I'm not buying straight into weekly resistance. Yeah, I mean, if this goes long, you're literally hitting that. Not really interested in shorting, in trying to long into that. Either that works out or it doesn't. That's it. That's all I'm doing today. And then tomorrow, day off. Woohoo! Right, I'll be back on Friday. So for the member stream, if you were in the member stream this morning, I've already built it. You know what I'm talking about. It's built. Built the EA. So this is all built and ready for testing. It works. It works as in it functions. I don't say the strategy works. I haven't tested the strategy yet, but the EA works. So we're going to be covering that on Friday, that new strategy, and we'll give that a really good test and see see, what we can get out of it, basically. So Friday morning members stream, that's what we're going to be covering, which is the second half of what we covered today. This is this backbone trend strategy. So we will see on Friday how it actually performs. I'll do some testing in the member stream. And then Friday afternoon, I will be back for New York session. So as of next week, we're going to be readjusting the member streams. So there's going to be 2 member streams. So next week, there's not going to be a Monday morning DAX on YouTube. This is going to become a member stream on Monday mornings now. So that one won't be there. This will be there. And then we're going to have one other member stream in the week. And I'm going to put a poll out in the members Discord for the Academy members to see what they want to do. So whether there's more demand for the morning or whether there's more demand for the afternoon. And then we'll schedule that second one in. And then the other YouTube streams will be scheduled around the member streams. And so I'll probably just do a couple of YouTube streams a week and then a couple of members just to keep it a little bit more compact. Okay. So I'll publish what the new live if you can always check the live calendar out anytime. And if you go onto the website and click live rooms, that takes you to a dedicated live sessions page, which lists all the YouTube and member streams that are coming up. So you can use either of those. And the Black Friday sales on, don't forget, I sent an email out today. It's 25% off all EAs and 63% off if you want the lot. Yeah. Bargain. Look at that. 394 quid down to 150. Grab the lot. I would. But I built them, so I don't have to. So yeah, I'm back on Friday. Anything you need, let me know. I'll be in Discord or in Telegram. Hopefully this breaks short, but it's not looking particularly good, is it, at the moment? So I think it's probably going to be another one of those days. It's going to be one of those weeks this week. I can see it. So no trading tomorrow. Back on Friday. Friday we will have some volume because the market will have been shut for 24 hours. So it'll be a good session on Friday. All right. So have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving to all you Americans. Have a good time. Don't get too drunk. Enjoy your turkeys, and I will see you on Friday.
Click, clack, charts attack, candlesticks, they spark the track. Leave move silent, market crack, profit stack, no turning back. Opening range, that's the game. Breakout hits, never the same. Algorithms play, but he rewires the frame. Banks whisper his name. Flipping forex, indices flex, numbers dance. What's coming next? Green lights flash, P&L stretch. Risk managed, he never sweats. West fact buzzing, traders peep. Lessons deep, no time to sleep. Market's a beast, Lee's got the leash. Feast at the feast, his game's elite. Market structures is domain. Leads the king, they know his name. Breakout sharp, he fuels the flame. Trading charts is not a game. Pip by pip, he stacking high. Mean reversion, banks comply. Leads the reason markets run. Leads the reason markets run. Candles lit, wicks on fire, spread so tight the stakes get higher. Institutional flow, he's the supplier. Positions held till charts retire. Data feeds, news he reads. Fibonacci maps the seeds. Supply demand his mind exceeds. Trades ignite like lightning speed. Stop loss tight, take profit wide. Least precision, unmatched drive. Liquidity pools, banks coincide. Retail's blind, leads the guide. Charts unfold, the stories told. Entry bold, accounts in gold. Trade by trade, the wins are sold. Market alchemy, legends mode. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lead the reason markets run. Lead the reason markets run. Lead the reason markets run.
We wakes at dawn to a glowing screen. Charts and candles, the digital sheen, open in range, his weapon so keen. He's the structured trader, a market machine. Bank moves, he mimics, he plays their game. Near a version, glory is his claim to fame. Market structure king, watch him do his thing. Pips and points, the profits sing. Trading like the banks, he's in control. Leaves the master feeling his bankroll. Leaves the master feeling his bankroll. His mind's a map of supply and demand, turning charts to gold with a steady hand. Forex flows like rivers in his plan. Bases bow to the market man. Break out at the open, the strategy's tight. Position for the swing, he wins the fight. Risk is measured, the balance precise. Leads on the rise, he rolls the market structure king, watch him do his thing. Pips and points, the profits sing. Trading like the banks, he's in control. Leaves the master feeling his bankroll. Leave the master feeling his bankroll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Leads on the charts. Yeah, watching the flow, candles rise up, then they drop down low. Pips in his pocket, he's stacking it tall. Market structure trader, he's got it all. Open in range, it's the key to the game. Breakout moves, profits calling his name. Name, 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 name. Market structure leads the king. Trading waves that the profits sing. Mean reversion, he's locked and loaded. Like the banks, his strategy's coded. Coded, coded, coded. Strategy's coded, coded, coded. Charts don't lie, he reads every line. Forex indexes, he's making it shine. Positions held with precision and grace. He's in control, it's his trading space. Open in range, it's the start of the show. He's a pro, yeah, he's running the flow. Market structure leads the king. Trading waves that the profits sing. Mean reversion, he's locked and loaded. Like the banks, his strategy's coded. Coded, coded, coded. His strategy's coded, coded, He walks the charts like a shadow king. Skeptics dance where the prophets sing. Pivoting breakouts, his gospel's clear. Mean reversion whispers what no one hears. Opening range, he strikes the key position right where the games will be. Market wizardly. Every tech bend says decree. Forex waves obey the sea. Bow down to the market structure trader. Indices tremble when his cursor flies. Fibonacci lines cut through the lies. Algorithm falter at his stare. While rookies gamble, he's prepared. Risk is locked and the stops are tight. His strategy hunts through the dead of night. Market wizardly. Every trade a prophecy. Stacks his wins for all to see. The throne belongs to the market structure trader. Trader. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 Click, clack, charts attack, candlesticks, they spark the track. Lead move silent, market crack, profit stack, no turning back. Opening range, that's the game. Breakout hits, never the same. Algorithms play, but he rewires the frame. Banks whisper his name. Flipping forex, indices flex, numbers dance. What's coming next? Green lights flash, P&L stretch. Risk managed, he never sweats. West fact buzzing, traders peep. Lessons deep, no time to sleep. Market's a beast, league got the leash. Feast at the feast, his game's elite. Market structures his domain. Leads the king, they know his name. Breakout sharp, he fuels the flame. Trading charts is not a game. Pip by pip, he stacking high. Mean reversion, banks comply.